It's the 27th. You check your bank account. $43. Oh, and payday isn't until Friday. You've been here before. You'll be here again. And somewhere deep down, you already know that. But nobody ever told you why. Why paycheck to paycheck never ends. Right now, 78% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. Not just the poor, not just the unemployed. We're talking nurses, teachers, software engineers making six figures in cities like Austin and Charlotte and Denver. People who should be fine. People who, on paper, are fine, but they're not. And the terrifying part? Most of them have no idea why they keep ending up in the same place month after month, year after year, no matter how many times they get a raise. This video is going to explain exactly why that happens, and more importantly, what actually breaks the cycle. Not budgeting apps, not cutting your coffee, not the advice your uncle gives you at Thanksgiving. The real reason, the one nobody wants to talk about. Section transition. Deep bass hum, slow aerial shot of suburban America. The problem, let's start with something that's going to make a lot of people uncomfortable. The paycheck to paycheck cycle isn't about income. Say that again. It is not about income. If it were, people making $90,000 a year wouldn't be broke in the third week of every month. But they are. Millions of them. The average American household earns over $70,000 a year. That's nearly $6,000 a month before taxes, around $4,500 after. Where does it go? Rent or mortgage, $1,800, maybe $2,200 in a mid-sized city. Car payment, $600. Insurance, $300. Groceries, utilities, subscriptions, gas, another $900 easy. That leaves maybe $700. Maybe, but then the algorithm shows you a new couch. Your coworker just got a truck. Your ex posts a vacation to Cancun. And suddenly, $700 feels like an insult. Ho! That feeling right there is the trap. And it was designed for you. Every single app on your phone was engineered by some of the smartest people in the world. Psychologists, behavioral economists, former slot machine designers, all working on one problem. How do we get this person to spend money they don't have? And it's working. American consumer debt just crossed $17 trillion. Trillion with a T. Credit cards, car loans, buy now, pay later, medical debt. Student loans layered on top of all of it. And here's the thing, nobody tells you. Debt doesn't just take your money. It takes your options. Every dollar you owe is a dollar that cannot build your future. It's a dollar already spoken for, already gone, before you even earn it. That's not a budget problem. That's a trap. A slow, invisible, completely legal trap. The story I want to tell you about Marcus. Marcus grew up in Columbus, Ohio. Single mom. They weren't poor. She worked at the hospital, brought home decent money, but every month felt like a sprint to the finish line. They made it, but just barely. Marcus watched that, filed it away somewhere deep. At 23, he landed his first real job, $52,000 a year at a logistics company. He remembers sitting in his car after getting the offer letter, hands shaking, thinking, we made it. We're going to be different. He got the apartment he always wanted. Nothing crazy, just a place that felt like his. New furniture on a credit card because he'd pay it off next month. A used car with a payment that seemed manageable. Subscriptions that made life feel a little easier. And every month, he told himself the same thing. Next month, I'll start saving. Next month. 3 years in, Marcus is making $67,000. He's gotten raises. He's worked hard. He's done everything right. And he has $200 in savings. $200. He's not irresponsible. He's not blowing money on nightclubs or designer shoes. He's just living the normal American life. The one the commercials showed him. The one everyone around him is living. But he's terrified. Quietly, constantly terrified. Because he knows what $200 means. It means one flat tire changes everything. One hospital visit. 1 week of missed work. One anything. And the whole system collapses. Marcus is not an edge case. Marcus is America, the financial lessons. So what's actually happening here? There are 3 forces that keep people locked in the cycle. And until you understand all 3, you can't escape any of them. Force 1, lifestyle inflation. Every time your income goes up, your expenses go up to match it, sometimes faster. This isn't weakness. This is human psychology. It's called hedonic adaptation, the brain's ability to normalize any new standard of living almost immediately. You get used to the good apartment. Then, the good apartment feels normal. Then, you need a better one to feel the same way. You get the raise. You upgrade. You feel better for about 6 weeks. Then, the new level is just life, and the cycle resets. This is why most people, if you ask them, feel like they're always just one raise away from being okay. One raise away, and the raise comes, and they're still not okay. Because the goal line moved with them. Force 2. No buffer, no breathing room. Here's a number that should make you stop cold. The average American cannot cover a $1,000 emergency without going into debt. $1,000. One car repair, one ER visit, one furnace going out in February. When you have zero buffer, you're always one event away from crisis. And crisis is expensive. Overdraft fees, high-interest emergency credit card charges, payday loans at 400% APR. Yes, 400%, that turn a $300 problem into a $600 problem into a $1,200 problem. The poor pay more for everything. Not because they're careless, because they have no margin for error, and the financial system charges extra for desperation. Force 3. The psychology of avoidance. Most people don't check their bank account when they think it's low. Think about that. The one moment you need the most information, you look away, because looking makes it real, and real is painful. So the problem grows in the dark. The subscriptions you forgot about keep charging. The balance creeps up. The anxiety builds. And somewhere in the back of your mind, a voice whispers, "What's the point of even trying?" That voice is the enemy, not your income, not the economy, not your boss. That voice, the psychological shift. Here's what nobody in the financial advice space wants to admit. Spreadsheets don't change behavior. Information alone doesn't change behavior. If it did, every smoker would quit after reading the box. Every person who Googled how to lose weight would be fit. Every person who's ever read a personal finance book would be wealthy. But knowledge without emotional rewiring is just trivia. What actually changes behavior is this: a new identity, not a budget. An identity. Marcus's problem wasn't math. He could do math. His problem was that he saw himself as someone who was surviving, not someone who was building. Survivors spend everything they have because the future doesn't feel safe enough to save for. Builders think in decades, not days. The shift isn't, "I need to be more responsible with money." The shift is, "I am the person who builds wealth. That's who I am now. So what would that person do with this paycheck?" That sounds soft. It's not. It's the hardest thing most people will ever do. Deciding to become someone new, especially when everything in your environment is pulling you back to who you were. The actionable steps. Let's get specific, because this is where most videos go vague and inspirational and useless. Here is what actually works. Step 1. The $1,000 wall. Before you do anything else, before you attack debt, before you invest a single dollar, build a $1,000 emergency fund. That's it. Just a wall between you and crisis. Put it in a separate high-yield savings account. Not your checking. Not somewhere you can see it every day. Somewhere it can sit and be boring and save your life when you need it. $1,000 sounds small, but for 60% of Americans, it's the difference between a bad week and a bad year. Step 2. The 24-hour rule. Any purchase over $50 that isn't food or a bill. Wait 24 hours. That's it. Just wait. You will cancel 60% of those purchases because most of what we buy isn't filling a need. It's filling a feeling. Boredom, anxiety, the need to feel like you're okay, the need to feel like your life looks the way it's supposed to. Give the feeling 24 hours to breathe. Most of the time, it goes away. Step 3. Pay yourself first. Non-negotiable. On payday, before rent, before groceries, before anything, move money to savings, even $50, even $25. Not what's left at the end of the month. First. This rewires the psychology. You stop seeing savings as what's left over. You start seeing it as what you're owed by yourself.
This is the single habit that separates people who build wealth from people who don't. The amount matters less than the consistency. Step 4. Name every dollar, not a complicated budget, not categories and color codes. Just before the month starts, know where every dollar is going. Give it a job. Rent, food, gas, $200 into savings, $50 for fun. Whatever it is, it has a name, it has a purpose. Money without a name disappears. That's not a metaphor. That's physics. Step 5. Attack debt with obsession, but smart obsession. List every debt, smallest to largest. Pay minimums on everything except the smallest one. Throw everything extra at that one until it's dead. Then take that payment and add it to the next debt. This is the debt snowball. It's not mathematically perfect, but it's psychologically perfect because winning matters, because momentum matters, because every debt you kill is proof that you are not who you used to be. The hard truth they won't tell you. Here's the part of the video most people skip because it's uncomfortable. Getting out of the paycheck-to-paycheck cycle is going to require sacrifice, real sacrifice. Not the inspirational kind, the kind where you don't go to the concert, where you drive the old car another 2 years, where you say no to things that feel like they're part of being alive, and some people around you won't understand. They'll say you're being boring, you're being cheap, you're being dramatic. Let them, because here's what they don't see. Every month you stay in the cycle, you are paying a tax on your future. A hidden, compounding, devastating tax.
The person who saves $300 a month at 25 and invests it by 65. That's over $1 million at historical market returns. $300 a month. That's a car payment that could have been a retirement. The money was always there. The choice was the variable. The motivational ending. Marcus figured it out. Not all at once. Not perfectly, but he started. He built his $1,000 wall in 4 months. He killed his smallest credit card in 6. He started putting $200 a month into a Roth IRA. And he told me it was the first time in his adult life that his bank account made him feel something other than fear. He's not wealthy yet. Not even close. But for the first time, he's moving. And there is nothing in personal finance more powerful than momentum. You are not bad with money. You were never taught to be good with it. There's a difference. Nobody sat you down at 17 and explained compound interest. Nobody told you that a $30,000 car depreciates $10,000 the moment you drive it off the lot. Nobody explained that the credit card company's business model depends on you making the minimum payment forever. They didn't tell you, but now you know. And knowing changes nothing until you decide, clearly, firmly, without waiting for the perfect moment, that you are no longer a person who lives in reaction to money. You are a person who leads it. The cycle ends when you decide it ends, not when the raise comes, not when the economy improves, not when conditions are perfect. Now, with what you have, where you are. That's how it starts. If this video hit different, if something in here made you stop and think, that means you're ready. Drop a comment below. Tell me where you are right now. Paycheck to paycheck, climbing out, or already on the other side. I read every single one. And if you haven't subscribed yet, this channel exists for one reason: to give you the financial education that school never did. Every week, no fluff, no get rich quick, just the truth about money in America. Hit subscribe, turn on notifications, because the next video is going to go even deeper, and you don't want to miss it.